of thinking that I'm doing something that I never thought I could do, and that is that we are having a big manifestation, a big community healing ceremony next Wednesday, where we will tear all the protocols of all the women who were condemned as witches during the witch trials. We have a lawyer with us, and we are gonna tear them into pieces, because they were never put to the real system. They were just murdered. And they were just like us, you know, they had kids, they went to school, some of them, and then they were all grandmothers, they worked with herbs, they helped women who had pain when they gave birth. They were just women, right? And they were murdered. So I'm really into that process right now. And so many people are coming, so many people are coming that I'm actually thinking, how will we actually fit on the square? So that's what I'm doing right now, and I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm networking, I'm manifesting, I'm doing ceremonies, rituals, storytelling, art, anything that I can do to try to connect humans back to humanity and to Mother Earth.
Oh.
That's me.
Oh man, thank you for that, Rebecca. Please do pass it on.
I pass it to... Oh, who has... I was a little bit late. Did you talk, Napo?
Yes, we
I
have.
did. It's Tony left.
We have Ntambo and
Napo got much.
Wamala and yeah, and Tony.
Yeah,
And
so
Tambo,
Tony.
and Tambo.
And Tambo.
Yes, we have Ntambo. Yeah, we have Ntambo, Wamala, and Antonia left.
Greetings, sisters. Greetings, greetings. My name is Ndambo Rapatla, and I am from sunny South Africa. First of all, thank you so much, Mother Napo, for creating this community. It's so needed, it's so essential, you know, and from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say I celebrate your strength, I celebrate your wisdom. Thank you so much. So I don't like putting myself in a box, you know, but I'm a theater performer. I love musical theater, so I sing a lot, I move a lot here and there, and I direct shows as well. And what I love right now, what I'm currently enjoying, is being teaching, where I teach students about the arts.
Yeah.
And I've been so intentional about the type of artists we learn about, you know. I mean, we had the pleasure to come and watch Tababusiu, and I'm like, these are the people that should be in our textbooks. The Napo Mashiane, the Lesedi Jobs, the Kucho Greens, you know. So I'm currently doing that with all my students, because I believe we need to move with the times. And then in community, I work with young boys, because I'm a boy mom, I'm a mother of 2 boys, and I believe that we need to create a safe space for them. So I've got a little organization, I call it Peu Entle. So that's mothers who are planting good seeds in these little boys that we are, you know, we are just pushing them away. You know, it's always take a girl child to work, but what about the boy? So I've started conversations with the boys, and I mean, in Mamelodi, in the township, and the numbers are just growing drastically. And I just realized that it's important that we teach our young boys to live with these empowered women, because indeed we are empowered women. So that's me.
That is amazing. Please do pass it on either to Wamala or Antonia.
I will pass it to Amala.
I think Amanda is struggling with the connection, so maybe.
Is she still struggling? Okay, okay.
Yes, shame, man.
Hi, thank you so much for the invitation. It really feels like an early birthday present to get to know you all and listening to all the amazing projects and important work you do. My name is Toni, Antonia Biermann. I'm based in Munich in Germany, and unfortunately I wasn't able to change the username, so I'm disguised as info. It's like the official Teams account from the theater, where I'm working as the artistic director. It's called HochX. It's a experimental performing arts space in Munich that tries to create. I would call it a soft and emotional space for artists where they can experiment without any pressure or without any limitations. And apart from being artistic director of HochX and from Rodeo Festival, which is a biennial festival in Munich of the experimental performing arts, I'm also, since 12 years, is actually one of my longest, oh no, it's now 15 years, one of my longest relationships in my life. I'm part of O-Team, which is a theater collective based in Stuttgart, Germany. This is also how I met Napo when we were touring in Uganda and Kampala. And with O-Team, we try to create, we call it scenic states of emergency that really challenge you as an audience emotionally, but also intellectually. But we're always looking for experiences and not shows. So in our last performance, we created, it was a 12-hour durational performance where we invite people to participate and share the experience of going through a night with us. And you can either sleep in a bed, we are performing for the whole 12 hours. We start with a ritual, with a German ritual of tucking you in the bed and making you feel comfortable, and then I would say the spirits of the night start to take over and guide you through the sleep of the night. So we are really, in the last few years, a few years ago we were doing a lot of scenic experiments with a lot of technical equipment, and then the last years we really felt like our society in Germany, it is losing their connection to rituals and to spirits and to community. We are losing on how to experience community, and we are really convinced that theater can fill this gap, or should at least make you emotionally aware of what you're missing and how you can experience that. Because we're truly convinced that this is something that can make society a more loving and welcome society. So this is what we're working on, and today I'm part of the team, even though Nina was just in South Africa visiting Napo in June, because the others are just on their way back. They did a 3-week tour with our latest kids play for a young audience that was showcased in Nairobi and in Kampala just a few days ago. So lovely to meet you all, and I'm gonna pass on. Now it's again struggling with the struggle with internet connection.
We're still.
Fingers crossed that Wamana makes it back.
Hopefully.
We hope to have her back very, very soon, so she doesn't miss out on much. But thank you so much, Sister Women, for the lovely introduction, and I'm so moved by the kind of work that you all do in your different parts of the world. And I cannot even begin to start this conversation without saying mother. At this point, I don't even know your name, Sis Napo. I know your name, but to me, you are mother forever. So when I say mother, please know I'm referring to Sis Napo. It even feels unnatural to me to call you by your name, because what? But thank you so much for coming up with this idea. Thank you so much for putting us together. This, I think one sister lady alluded that this is very important, and in my opinion, it's urgent that we sit down and as women and discuss such issues. I mean, it's also so moving to hear that there are some people who culturally are not coming together, and I think you said, Rebecca, that even the people over there can be a little cold, and there's
sections. They don't even really talk to each other anymore. And I do feel with the leadership, what we can do as women, as humans, we can go in and really, we've always been trying to be forced into a structure that was never meant for us. Like, it's been so small all these years. So I'm just taking that away, and I don't have a structure, so I can do anything I want. And I've chosen to call myself a witch. In my language, it's hexa. It comes from a Germanic word, ancient Germanic, it's Hagasusa. The word means to be a fence sitter, to sit on a fence. You are the seeing person with one foot in that world and one foot in the other world. So no matter how you look at the world, you can never just see it in one way. You will always see, feel, hear the difference. And you can be spirit world or the mundane world, or it can be boys or it can be girls, or it can be up and down. It doesn't matter, but you will always be this in-betweener, this shapeshifter, the ones that goes in between. So that is what I think is interesting in the leadership, to be complex, to be difficult, to be changing your mind a little bit, to be spinning things around. And I think we need that because we need to bring another kind of safety, not the same safety, because it's not safe.
You've said quite a lot there, Rebecca, and very many
So
important points.
that's my take on it. But I'm saying, I'm not really working in the venues right now because of this. I'm choosing to work in the forest, more or less, or in parks or in schools, or like with the museums. I try to have other kind of collabs that work in a different way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Deborah, can you hear us? I see that you've changed the device.
Yeah,
and
I
you are
can
muted, so I don't think she can even hear us, right?
No,
And also, I don't know who's on the technical. I think a lot of people are saying the conversation keeps going in and out on YouTube. But I wanted to bring Lesedi, and I'll come to you can hear us.
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, it's just that you sound so far. We can hear you, but you sound so far. The other connection was much more better. We can, but you're so far.
Am I far from? I far from? Check on Michael go on and
Yeah.
Am I?
This one
Back.
This one is
But much better. This isn't a good connection.
Okay, so let me try to get back. But before whilst I do that, let me just leave so that Ntambo can carry on with this one. No, it's not working. No. Better now.
So and I went on to mute her because we can't hear her. Can somebody type in the chat to move to the next one so that we can continue with the conversation? I don't even know if Deborah can hear me.
I can hear you.
But we
Can
can't
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
It's delayed. It cuts. I think you need to go back to the connection that you were in, not this one.
Am I back? Am I?
Am I appearing twice on two different
I
screens?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can,
You don't
but
sound
don't
okay.
mention the other one.
Am I back now? Am I back? Am I back? Yeah. I think we're just gonna stick to this.
So now the sound is clean, but we can't see you.
Is this better? Nothing?
Hopefully, but we he said, is of faith. And it has been something that has been a part of relationship with God and prayer ritual, where in all of this, what I'm saying is the past couple of years has been an awakening, but it has always been a part of me. When I create, I have always said there is something at play. I lost my dad when I was 13. Every production that I direct, my father's presence reveals itself, be it a picture, be it a song. There is something that happens where I think I acknowledged long time ago that I don't walk into that room alone. I'm walking in there with my dad, and that, like, and I'm covered, you know. So yeah, this is a, it's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. It's scary, but just being tapped in feels far more comfortable. Yeah. And it's so funny how, as somebody once said to me just before you come in, Tony, that every creative person has a sense of ubungoma, some ancestral ubungoma it's a Nguni word, and ubungoma it's a spiritual gift of some sort. Your sixth sense, and like you said, we've got different sixth senses, if there's such a word, and sometimes when you're in a space when you need to channel within your creativity, and it becomes the title of the play. I have no script. I don't have scene one, scene whatever. Then I have a conversation with C, and then she says something. I'm like, wait a minute, that's simply, and I'm writing it down. So some of these things they choose, but also I think one of the things I wanted to acknowledge is how I saw with Tony the kind of works that your old team does are very futuristic, but very accessible, and multidisciplinary, and very scientific in a way, showing all this amazing. And I'm talking about the beauty of creation because we are creators, right? Just this beautiful lighting and set and all these things, and it's like, who thinks of that? Who thinks of a play that has 12 hours and there must be number of beds, and all of us must sleep together, and then wake up in the morning and sit around the table as if we are 12 disciples and reflect on the work. So please, can you talk about that, Tony?
Yeah, I think the sensuality of theater is something we have embraced from the beginning, that it continues to grow. And yeah, resistance and change, but also hope often begins in the arts. It is a place where, like, a small seed of hope can grow, and we strongly believe that the experience of belonging to something that you didn't know existed can be very powerful, and changing a lot. And sharing a breakfast with people that you shared the last 12 hours, and sleeping, and sharing about your intimate dreams that you had in the last night, or experiences that can be very connecting. We actually know of people that are still in touch that didn't know each other before coming to Night Piece, that are now still in touch because it changed something for them. And also this, I really love the not only, let's say, the realness of spirits, but also the metaphorical part of talking about spirits, because it's this, how Rebecca said, it's an in-betweenness. It really ends our dialectic thinking. We are not thinking in male female. We are not thinking in powerless powerful. There is a lot more space for things that don't exist yet created. And also for me, identifying as a woman, I think it's very important.
Networking, and what networking, and what that means, or what that should be, or what that means, or what that should be, or what's your reflection of it. But I think we've spoken about how we know each other, reflection of it. But I think we've spoken about how we know each other. We spent more than an hour together So this is our virtual table. But why is collaboration, exchange, networking is so important, and co-creation is so important within this space that we are in. Tebogo, we are still frozen. We still can't hear you, so we just still want to continue. Ne? Um, Tambo and Diane, or we can even go the other way around. I don't know. And whoever can chip in, and let's have a conversation. And from there, anyone also wants to chip in about what they feel is important, why this virtual table is important, and what it means. I'm just gonna try to mute because we can hear the instructions happening on the side. But yeah, what it means to all of us. But of course, with Dambo and then Diane and then everybody else. Um, yeah, let's go on that. And the reason why is because whoever is watching this is probably wondering now.
So that's why, Sister Mother, I collaborate with schools and communities and groups, I mean, organizations to promote art, to provide opportunities and opportunities for engagement and participation. And the biggest thing for me right now is to really try and develop study guides, educational resources, online content to support teaching and learning about what's happening now in 2024. I know we love Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. I love Brecht, but we don't speak like that anymore. So let's stay present. Let's take the student to the theater, and let them experience that in the moment experience, and in terms of community engagement, it would be to engage with local communities. I mean, when we did Zagala, we involved the community in every possible way that we could. So that's why we had bums on seats, because they were engaged from the get-go. We had field work where we were visiting them in their community. People who will represent us authentically, people who understand the culture, I mean, we did King Kong many years ago, and it was directed by a lovely guy from London, but he didn't understand the culture, so we did it a la Broadway, and it lacked essence more than anything, So that's just my take on all of that.
Thank you all for this enriching journey. Feels like a journey. We're journeying. Sister Napo, I'd like to let me say, weave a couple of threads from what has been discussed before. The question about the responsibility. How do we find the balance between power and responsibility? I'd like to weave that with your next invitation to explore the power.
I'll keep you yeah, so I'd like to learn.
Yes. I will weave that with your next in question of the power of collaboration. I feel we are in an important moment in time. We're in transition. We're transitioning. At least that's how I identify the trajectory. But then when I look at it, probably every generation feels that they're transiting from one honors beauty. Beauty. That creates the space for reflection. These are the spaces that I create with Evoking Belonging. They're those sensory spaces that, sorry, info. I know you're not info. What's your name again, sister? Is talking about, and it doesn't surprise me that I sense a resonance because, social philosophical lineage. And so it's very much, our work and our practice is very much aligned to what I hear you sharing. What I bring to the field is the Ubuntu philosophy, the African Bantu philosophy of Ubuntu. So speaking about these spaces for collaboration, therein is the opportunity. Our participatory practice, how do we do this together? So if we're talking about beauty, rituals, ceremony, there it is, the bringing forward. I see my work as threading through, bringing through those that have passed into this present being with a keen eye and open heart, holding the promise of tomorrow, our descendants. So that intergenerational trajectory for me is one that I find gives me deep anchoring, deep anchoring. Within these communities that we're creating, what are our governance practices? How do we make decisions? This is a lot of what we're speaking about. The autocratic, the patriarchal. We come back to the womb. What is the matriarchal approach to decision making? We know these things. So we have these opportunities to create communities through platforms like we're doing now, virtual platforms in our homes. This integration process of how I'm also a mother to boys, so, Ntambo, Teboho, we're here together in this. I feel it's an incredible gift. And I've always asked myself, the way I love beauty and the aesthetic, how is it that I have two boys? But then I remembered also that in that meditation, I am being guided to know that I am also preparing my boy children to be able to embrace and engage those sensibilities, That's part of it. That's part of it. I'd like to just close this part by saying I'm currently writing, it's still within, it's still coming out into form, but letters to my great grandchildren. And I'll share why this is important. When I trace back my lineage and I look at slavery, which forms, enslavement, let's call it enslavement, yes? The Atlantic slave trades, where my ancestors emanate from. I am aligned to the body of wisdom that says we carry 7 generations encoding, genetic DNA encoding, memory encoding, heart encoding in our bodies right now. And when I trace my lineage back, it is with my great grandchildren that they will be the first to be free of this enslavement imprints. And I want them to know why I am devoted to the work that they're doing. I want them to understand why we are sitting in this cipher today having this conversation, so that they too can make choices about, do I pick up that gauntlet? Because this is a heavy responsibility. Susanapa, you spoke earlier about being the first. I have a trajectory of first. I'm always the only Black woman in the room. And it used to upset me until I realized, perhaps that's why you're in the world. Your contract. Yes, my sacred contract. But what I also know, and what I'm coming to advocate for more and more these days, is for that community. Because I realized I was beginning to use language like I feel like the lone soldier in the community, kinships. I always speak about the kindred, our kinship. We are connecting each other. So in these communities, I said it at the beginning, some of the 3 C's of my participatory practice speak to communion. This can be interpreted, I don't have time to go into all of that now, but it can be interpreted in so many ways. The connection. And it is when we have those two, I believe that the third part now, this triad, is the opportunity to co-create. To co-create. And I also feel it's important, and why I'm writing these letters, the documentation. I'm all about the archive. The documentation. We've heard about narratives. I feel, have a responsibility to ensure that our experiences are canonized, are documented, are shared. We are all storytellers. We are all artists. We are all creators. Every human being has that capacity to imagine. so that those our descendants who are watching us can see what it takes to follow our passions and still children.
Amen.
No matter
I want to do fun stuff now.
Mm.
Yes, the fun
Are we not
stuff
having
is
fun? Have we not been having fun?
no. We've been very impactful. We've been but just something like ta 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 ta. So it's three questions, but I'm gonna go and then you pass, you pass, you pass. I can tell that I think Deborah is still having an issue. I see also sort of disappear. I think it's connection. And Wamala unfortunately was not able to be with us because of connection. She's in Zambia, and I know wherever she is, she's like so like she was here and she wants to be here, but the connection keeps going in and out. So Ndambo, your favorite color, and then your favorite coat, and then you pass it on to favorite color, favorite coat, and then pass it. Wait, wait. Now get into the glitter space. Action.
My favorite color is red, and my favorite quote is, "My art is my truth, and my truth is my strength."
Pass it on.
Did you say Rebecca?
Yes.
Okay. My favorite color is red, and my favorite, yeah, I love red. My nickname is Ruby Red. And the quote is, okay, that's like, now I need to think. Okay. The master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. Audre Lorde.
Pass it on.
Tony.
Wow, it's been a long time since I got asked any question like that. I think last time I got asked my favorite color was as a child, so I'm really embracing it and loving this because it's super, like, it makes me feel very playful. Favorite color, blue. At least it was when I was a child, so I think it still is. And my favorite quote is, I think it's
eyes up to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help cometh from the Lord. Asking.
Amen. But of course, then.
Woo! I'm with Sister Lisedi. I mean, why would I choose one color? I will speak to my palette, which is ochre, which is the sunrise, which is the sunset, which is the red earth, and in there we have the browns, the oranges, the reds. It's all of that. It's what ignites my soul fire. So that is it. Woo! My favorite quote. I'm going to choose one of my own quotes. May I?
Yeah.
Woo! What is it to evoke? This is one aspect of it. To evoke is to enliven the artivist's soul. Excuse me. Let me take that again. To evoke is to enliven the artivist's soul in all beings. So, inquiry.
Okay, I'm contradiction with the top, but I'm wearing black pants. So favorite color black, and my favorite quote, the famous, when people show you who they are, believe them. The first time, don't wait for the 20th time when they show you all those red flags. And you think it's a carnival. Whoever's favorite color is red. I heard a lot of red. I heard a lot of red flags there. Yeah, no, technology cannot be trusted. But thank you, Mother, for taking over the reins. I could hear most of the conversation, and I couldn't. I fell apart because I couldn't participate the way that I would want it. But I hope this is the first of many. I hope that this is the first of many. I hope that we do this again soon with the presence of Wamala as well. But Mother, please, because you've been leading anyway, so bring us home. Bring us home.
I just feel like I wanna get in the ring with Dan because I also like I don't have a favorite color. I just like hues of sunrise So when you see the sunrise and when you see the sunset and the horizon, that's my favorite color. I've got so many coats, and I just thought you asked the question and then whatever, but it's fine. I think I'll share my coat as we close. But then the last question is who impacted your life very briefly, and also what you're working on. Who impacted your life the most? Because I know we all have people who've inspired us.
Is their favorite, or
Yes.
who of their siblings are the favorites? So I just can't answer this, but what I'm currently
But you've got
working
50.
on.
At least we know you've got 50. So that your favorite people at this moment, you can count them to 50.
At least, yeah. But
At
I mean,
least.
it's always like you go through so many different phases, but I'm very blessed in meeting a lot of people that is like still inspiring me to this day. So I feel very privileged and very blessed in my lifetime. And yeah, what I'm working on right now, I mean, you already said some words about it. We are currently working on bringing the night piece to South Africa and creating a new piece out of it. And we just handed in a concept for a funding application about what it means to die and how to deal with death and loss. I really wanted to end on a good note, but I think it's just very.
Yeah.
I think it's very great to embrace this part of life, like embracing death as part of life, and finding new ways of dealing with loss. So in the next 3 years, we want to, get to know each other and other people more about, also power of rituals,
heritage that nobody could ever give. The life skills and values, personal growth and inspiration. And I think, growing up, she used to say to me, you must always listen to your gut. And I'm sitting here in a conversation with women, and we're saying womb. We're going back there. And I feel like our womb wisdom knows the truth. That's why we're here, to impart all of that knowledge, to really go back, to really feel it in our gut. Is this right? Is this wrong? What can I do to magnify, to uplift, to enhance the society? So that's my grand.
I said, oh.
Yes, I'll pass it on to Lizzie.
I was going to say my father, but I have to say both my parents have impacted my life profoundly. And how I know this is because there's a way that I operate to this day at 40. And I know it's the foundation and the things that I was taught growing up. And it's both of them. I think there's a reserve that, that comes from my dad. There's a discipline and, I pass it on to Dr. Di.
Multicolored sister. This is the choose one. Aha. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Who impacted my life the most? Yeah, I cannot sit within the space of absolutes. So the most, I will just share that rising right now, actually, I was very inspired by, and I will never forget the first time I saw Maya Angelou perform live. Her commands. I don't know, has anybody in this room seen Maya Angelou perform live?
Well, not live, but
in that room, you could hear a pin drop. You could hear a pin drop. The command she had with her voice, the power. It was in that moment, I will never forget it. I think I was in my I was still at university, or maybe just one of the first lands that enslaved people, the formerly enslaved peoples in St. Vincent in the Caribbean, were able to own. Now, you could imagine that belonging. I look at placemaking. I spoke earlier about us being physically removed, you know, the dissonance that occurs, the disconnection that occurs when you're removed from your ancestral lands. And I thought, what do I do with this land? And I received this vision of reconnecting those that have this experience of disconnection to their lands. And to bring the communities, you know, when I go back home, we see and we feel the effects of poverty, gender-based violence, not only the poverty in terms of economic, the socio-cultural paucity that then emanates. I was guided the last time I went back there to look for the healers. I just received it in meditation. Go and find the healers. Go and find the traditional healers. When I used to be there with my grandmother, she used to say, oh, so-and-so's got a stomach. Go to the bushman down the road. You know, the Inyang. That would be the Inyang. Go and get some herbs from so-and-so down the road. So I asked my auntie, where are these people? She said, no, we can't find them anywhere. They don't exist. I said, auntie, that's not possible. She said, there. And she thought about it. She's a historian. She said, well, maybe they've been driven on the granted response, which is based on Ubuntu principles, to the complexities that we need to engage to redress the harms of colonialism, of white supremacy, and the continued injustices that we as African Caribbean diaspora communities face. I do this through the Living Practice Center for Social Sculpture. I am the only Black person in the world to have attained a PhD in social sculpture. I bring Ubuntu to this field. And for me, for it to be symbolic, beyond the symbolism, for it to really make a meaningful difference, the vision is to set up this research institute called the Imaginarium, where we will do things like Tony has been describing, you know, experiential, multisensual experiences, bring community together, that bring artivists, indigenous healers, and indigenous wisdom keepers of the diaspora together, and that we work to retrace and reimagine what this connectedness between us all is. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's going to go to Rebecca, then I'll go and I'll just allow the vote to that kind of way. But they are there. But then I was thinking, what actually have made the most impact on my life is becoming a mother to my two sons, because I had to change everything around them and how I live my life and choices I take. So
I think they are in it as well, because my oldest one is 15 and my youngest one is 8, and I am with them for a while now, and it's impacting me a lot and makes me take decisions. And I also long for them to be adults when different things can happen. And what I work on right now, I work with kind of a different projects, but it's kind of the same maybe. But the biggest project is a lot of workshops regarding what is it to be a human in this world today. We work with ceremonies and rituals and nature labs, fantasy laboratorium in the forest with adults, with kids. So it's kind of a year of research, and we're trying to see how much of ceremony and rituals can you do, because it's not really theater, it's a part of theater, else with substances or people telling us that we can choose this and then we won't feel pain to be here. It's also about being in the pain, so we are creating spaces to honor the pain of the world and to be able to speak your pain, say your pain, sing your pain, because those rooms don't exist. And within that, we're also doing something called pop-up temples or community healing. Like, what is a pop-up temple? We're doing like healing and bars, healing and storytelling, spirit and spirit. We try to just investigate how can a modern temple look like that wouldn't be bound to a religion, just bound to humanity, and what do we do there? So, yeah. Yes, Nabu, to you, Nabu.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And I'm gonna hand over to Deborah for to close. But thank you so much. I just have three things to say. Firstly, my biggest appreciation to all of you. And like Deborah said, this is, we'll see how. But I think it's very important now and again to check in, even if it's once in 6 months, to just check in with each other, and let's allow the group to get bigger. And just that space of networking, and which is also why I think it's important for us to get to know each other, to hear who's working with what, to give each other support, to work, get out of our own comfort shells, and just go into pop-out temples and go into this sacred space now. So I often never acknowledge my great-grandmother, and she's fierce, but those three women are like fierce, loud, present leaders, and just commanding space, whether through spirituality to making a home, building a home, feeding and cooking, and the smell of the home and the kitchen, from my maternal mother to prayers of my paternal grandmother to just a fearlessness and unapologetic great-grandmother who gave me this name now, and all my other sisters. And then my favorite quote is, whatever you seek seeks you, whatever you want wants you, whatever you know knows you. There's enough space for all of us to shine. I hand over to you, Deborah.
I hope you can hear me. It's my prayer right now. Imagine all at the end. I missed so much, but I have to start by thanking all of you so much for this moment. It could have gone better, but it will go better next time, and I'm so super grateful. And I have to the two people that impacted my life the most. I have to go with what Ndamwa said. My grandmother, much more, and I wish you guys so much art and so much peace and so much growth. And I want to sit here next time, and I want to hear each and every one of you saying, hey, since our last sit down, this is what I did, because all of you change lives every single day of your lives. Every day that you guys get to wake up, it's a life impacted in the most beautiful and positive manner. So without you such ladies, what would happen to the rest of us and across the globe? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's do it again soon. I love you all, sister women and gentle girls. Let's do it again